Folks, don't make the same mistake these buyers made. I'll explain what I mean and then get into the latest home prices and insights for the Peel and Durham region for week ending August the 2nd, 2023. Here's what happened. Recently, I was invited by a young couple to their home. They were thinking that they maybe are going to sell and wanted me to explain the selling process to them. When I got there, they explained a little further that they're having financial struggles in paying their mortgage, but they're followers of mine on YouTube, and they really want me to explain their story in the hopes that it'll help other buyers that maybe are or could be possibly being put in the same position they put themselves in. Here's what happened. They got pre-approved for a mortgage maybe about 7 months ago. And everything seemed great. They got their credit reports in, they got their employment letters in, all their credit card, everything. They just disclosed everything, husband and wife, and they got pre-approved for a certain amount, and they went out and they bought. They bought about a month ago. So that's about 6 months ago from today now that they've owned their home, approximately. Now, when they started looking, they were looking kind of close to the GTA, but as they started looking, they noticed further out of the GTA, they can get a much bigger home for the same amount of money. So that's what they did. They changed their plans, bought further out. Very happy, excited, they closed. Their issue in affordability, they said to me, because we talked in detail about everything that transpired, and they said the reason they can no longer afford the home is not so much by what was on paper, what the bank wrote, what the bank approved them for. They said that made total sense and we could afford all that. The problem with their affordability originated from what was either not on paper or not disclosed or not taken into account. So again, here's what happened that led to all the problems. They moved in with zero furniture, so they had to buy everything. And they took advantage advantage of these buy now, pay later plans that these furniture companies have. So they bought all their furniture on credit, basically. That has led to a problem, and then, taking up a ton of their disposable income. They've got 3 children that are all in daycare, and they're paying cash to a local daycare that's run out of somebody's home in the neighborhood. Now, any of you with small children, 3 children in daycare, even if it's out of somebody's home, that on its own is a small mortgage payment. So that wasn't disclosed or taken into account of. And lastly, because they bought further out, they could no longer run their lives based on 1 car. They needed 2 cars so both parents can get to work, just because of the way the home, public transportation wouldn't work for them. So imagine furniture, daycare, another car, and insurance payments on that car not taken into account, and they bought already at the top of their budget. Not a lot of people have that much extra room for incidentals like that. These are not incidentals. These are big payments every single month that were not taken into account. So it's only 6 months later, and now they're having serious financial affordability issues in paying their mortgage every single month. They wanted me to share this in the hopes that other buyers don't make the same mistake. Look, there's affording, if I could leave you with this, there's affording what the bank tells you they're approving you for, but that's not the only thing you got to account. You have to account your whole lifestyle affording that mortgage payment. So if you're somebody who loves to go out to dinner 4 times a week, well, you got to account what that's going to cost, because that's not going to appear anywhere on any of their pre-approval payments. You spend $1,000 a week going out to dinner, you got to account for that. If you're planning on changing your jobs and income's going to drop, you got to account for that. You got to make plans. It's not about affording what the bank says you can afford today for the next couple of months. It's your lifestyle affording your mortgage payments for long term. Focus on that and there'll be less surprises in your affordability. If you think this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. If you get value from this video, subscribe. And if you feel you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling or buying, below this video, there's in the description, there's a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind. Let's get into the numbers. Check out this beautiful 5-bedroom, fully customized home, brand new in Port Hope. The decline continues, folks. Prices heading down, trending down, sales trending down, listings trending down, months of inventory trending up. Let's get really into the numbers here. So this is average sold prices. I know I said everything's trending down, but Brampton average prices from one week to the next went up. So when we get to Brampton, we'll talk about that. We're going to start off with Mississauga. This is for detached properties only, broken down by week for a whole year. For week ending August the 2nd, 37 detached properties were sold. Sales trending down. 4 properties sold at $2 million or more. That's also trending down, but very gradually. We're only one less than the previous week. Sales actually is also one less than the previous week. Average sold price, it's not $1 less from the previous week. It's coming down, and aggressively, you could say. Average sold price is now $1,426,000. 1,426 is 7% lower than where we were this time last year. The median price of 1.3 is 10% lower than where we were this time a year ago. And if you use the dotted line as a guide, the dotted line, that's a 4-week moving average. You can see average price and median price trending down. Again, sales trending down. 57% of the properties sold at list price or more. That number is up from the previous week, but before that, percentage has been trending down. 84 were listed, and it's kind of tricky to see which way listings are going. We expect them to trend down, but we know there's buyers, sellers in difficult situations, and that could add to the listing pool out there. We were trending down, then it was trending up, and from one week to the next, yes, it's down. It's kind of hard to spot a trend right now, but active listings, that's easy to spot. That's trending upwards. 1 week to the next, came down a bit, but overall trending up. Months of inventory was trending up a bit more aggressively. Now it's kind of sitting at 2.8 for a couple of weeks now, but 2.8 is borderline balanced market. We say at 3 months is a balanced market. 2.8 is right there. You're going to find pockets of Mississauga very much in a balanced market area or balanced market type of feel. Others, not so much, but a lot of areas are going to feel like you're in a balanced market in Mississauga. Here's Brampton. 39 detached properties were sold. One of those was at $1 million or more. Can we spot a trend in sales? Well, overall, sure, we can say, well, we were 89, 95, 84, 87. Sales are trending down. Sure, I'll buy that. But over the last 4 weeks, sales were actually trending up. This 1 week they came down. Average sold price shot up from the previous week. Previous to that, they were trending down, but now they're sitting at $1,276,000. And I looked a bit closer. Why did this number shoot up? One property sold at $2 million or more. Previously, one sold at $2 million or more. The previous week it was 3. So, I'm looking at all that. I don't think it's the property selling at $2 million or more that are making a big difference. And when I look closer, this particular week, I'm not trying to give an excuse, but when you look at the numbers, you see these things. There was a lot of properties that happened to sell between 1.5 and 2 million, more so this week, August 2nd, than normally we've seen in the last 2 months, and that brought average sold price up. And this is why we say don't base any decision on what happens in 1 week. Overall, we want to spot a trend. So if this week was a fluke, what should we see next week? Well, we should see average sold price coming down to kind of in line with the trend that we were on before this week's numbers. We'll have a look. Compared to last year, 1,276,000 is 12% higher than where we were a year ago. The median price is 11% higher, and overall, except for this 1 week, prices were trending down. The amount of property selling at list price or more, it's pretty clear that's trending down. Listings are trending down. 162 detached properties were listed. Active listings is trending up. More and more properties are available for sale. You'll see that if you drive around Brampton. And months of inventory shot up to 4.1 months of inventory. We were trending up. We had a freaky week here where it shot way up, so let's just ignore that. The trend continues to go up. We're sitting at 4.1 months of inventory, right in the middle of what we would consider a balanced market, which is between 3 months and 5 months. There's going to be parts of Brampton that are actually going to feel more like a buyer's market, but most of it's going to feel more like a balanced market. Here's Pickering, Ajax, and Whitby. This is what I'm using for my Durham sample. 43 detached properties were sold. One of those was at $2 million or more. Sales trending down. Average sold price dropped way down to $1,082,000. So I looked at those numbers a little bit closer. Turns out it's the opposite of what I just explained to Brampton. This was a little bit of a crazy week here, August the 2nd. Lots of properties, more so than normal. A higher percentage of properties were sold in the lower price point, bringing average sold price way down. Compared to last year, we're pretty much 5,000 off. You know, when you round it percentage-wise, we're basically at 0% change over last year's average sold price. It is actually down, I think, by about 0.4%, something like that. Median price is 3% higher than where we were a year ago. Overall, average price and median price is trending down. Sales, we said, are trending down, but Pickering, Ajax, Whitby, it's still pretty competitive. 74% of those properties that sold, almost 3/4 sold at list price or more. So don't think you're not going to compete. You're still competing out there, even though prices are coming down. Listings trending down, active listings trending up, months of inventory. Just in 3 months, we started at 0.4. Months of inventory has increased by 4 times the amount. We're now sitting at 1.6 months of inventory. This is why the percentage of property selling at list price or more is still fairly high in the Durham region, because months of inventory is still quite low. Many parts sitting in a seller's market. Some parts you're going to feel a balanced market, but a lot of it is still sitting in a seller's market. Condos, this is for all of Peel region. I got arrows all over the place here to try to understand what's happening. So, sales shot way up compared to the previous week. Compared to the previous 3 or 4 weeks, sales shot way up. 43 condos were sold across Peel region. One of those was at $2 million or more. Prior to the previous 2-3 weeks, sales are trending down, but the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, sales have been trending up. So 43 were sold. One of those was at $1 million or more. Average sold price previously, since the end of January, prices have been trending up. The last 4 weeks, pretty much decline. It's very aggressive at the way prices are coming down right now. $626,000 is the average sold price for condos sold across Peel region for week ending August the 2nd. 626 is still 8% higher than where we were this time last year. The median price is 7% higher than where we were this time last year. Prices were trending up. Now they're starting to go the other way. And I'm using the 4-week moving average as my trend line here. Again, 43 were sold, 33%, a third sold at list price or more. It's hard to see an exact trend because over the last few weeks it's It's been pretty close here, 29, 33, 33, but we were previously in the 50, 65%. So overall, the percentages has come way down. It just hasn't come down in a straight line. Listings, we're trending up, now trending down over the last 3 weeks. Active listings, increasing. There's more and more condos available for sale that are on the market. Months of inventory was trending up for the longest time. We are way down from the previous week, now sitting at 2.9 months of inventory, right at the border of what we call a balanced market. And because of what prices are doing, and because of where months of inventory has been over the last 2, 3, and 4 weeks, it's pretty much, I would say, a balanced market for condos in most parts of Peel region. Here's a quick summary. In most areas, it's going to feel like a balanced market. In some areas, it'll be a buyer's market where the buyers are in charge. Some areas, still pretty much a seller's market, so you got to be careful, especially if you're looking to buy in multiple areas or you're looking to sell. You really got to know what's happening in your neighborhood. Folks, join me on this tour of 327 Ridout Street in Port Hope. This brand new customized home comes with Bosch high-end appliances, full slab Cambria backsplash, and linen-lined custom cabinetry. You'll be amazed at the amount of natural light that fills this home. A great feature of this house is a main floor principal bedroom. This is your 5-piece principal ensuite. Now all the showers in this home come with full slab Cambria walls. From here, I have a great view of the lake, but let's go outside on the upper deck for a better view. And if you love entertaining, you're gonna love this finished basement, complete with spare bedroom, bar, and movie room.